So very good morning to everyone. I hope you all doing well. So quickly we'll start the today's session. So myself Kirti from attendance team. So our today's topic is how to plan and manage your employee shifts. Like just say most of the dealers or client will be asking how to manage the shift settings and all when you have a multiple shifts or when you have a more number of shifts or when you have a night shift. So in that cases, most of what we will do, I'll just means not be able to do the configuration or do the settings properly. So we'll explain you we'll explain you like how to configure the shifts and how we can manage the night shifts and when you have a more number of shifts. So that we'll discuss in this today's webinars. So before going to the our topic, so let me explain that this is our website, that is www.smartofficesuite.in, and we have started Smart Office and in 2014 with attendance first, and then later in 2016 we have come up with a payroll, and now we are into attendance, payroll, and HRMS. So we have a wide range of clientele also, so all over the India. So this is our attendance website, www.smartofficesuite.in, where you will get a partner login details and downloads of a set of files for desktop and web application. And also you will get FAQs based on that and how the application works. That all you'll get it. And also I'll get a contact details of our team region wise so that you can reach over us. And this is our uh, payroll website, that is smartofficepayroll.com. So here also we can just have a glance over it, how the payroll and HRMS we are into and what all our features that will be updated it in the website. And then we have a clientele list also, so for both payroll and attendance. And we do have a YouTube channel also, that is Smart Office 365 Payroll. So you can just subscribe to our YouTube channel. So whatever the webinars are going on and whatever the important features we have come up with, we will be publishing these videos and the features in the YouTube channel. So please kindly subscribe for this so that you'll get the latest updates. Okay, this is the Smart Office 365 Payroll. This is our YouTube channel. So quickly moving to the topic, that is how to manage the shift settings and all shift management. So basically we have a three kind of application. One is a desktop where it is a standalone application, and we do have a standalone application where the system or it is a single user application. It has to be exist in a single system or in single PC only. And we do have a web application and cloud application are a centralized application. In web application, if you want, the application will be hosted in a server system, in a client server system. That means the client has to maintain a server and he has to take care of the database. So if you want to access the web application at different location or in different network, you have to have a public IP or static IP, and port forwarding has to be done. And for both cloud and web application, we do have an employee self-service or mobile application, I can call it as. So in cloud application, it is also a centralized application where we are going to host the application in our server. That means we will be going to maintain the server and the SQL from our end. So it will be safe and secure. You'll be just getting an URL. Through that URL, you can access the application in different location and in different network. No need to maintain a server So you'll not get a burden of maintaining and installing the server. So you'll be just getting an URL, that is so365.in//smart app. So with this URL, you can access the application in different network and location also. And for cloud application also, you'll be getting a mobile app or ESS, that is employee self-service login. So the shift settings will be same as in desktop, web, and a cloud application. So whatever the shift configuration or shift management I'll be explaining you, the feature remains the same in both in three of the application, that is desktop, web application, and cloud application. So right now I'll be explaining you all this shift management in the Smart Office Online, that is a web application. This is locally hosted in our server, and I'm using it to local host, and my port number is 8082. This is a web application. So I'm just logging into it. Okay, so this is my web application. So coming to shifts, like most of the companies will have only single shift, that is only one shift will be there. So if they have one shift, then there will not be a much burden to track or maintain the attendance. When you have a more number of shift, that is, say for example, when you have a morning shift, afternoon shift, evening shift, and night shift, like this, so many shifts you'll be creating. So this scenario comes where hospitals or in factories or in rotational or multi-shift means who they are following, who will be following the multi-shift and multi-shift for their employees. So in that cases, you'll be facing an issue. So first, if you have let me concentrate on if you have only a single shift. So if you have a single shift, then better you have a master setting. So in a master setting, you have a fixed shift. So where if you have only a single shift, you can give a begin timing and end timing over here. You can give a begin timing and end timing here. So if you only have a single shift, okay. So better I would prefer you not to give the shift setting here. Just go to master shifts option. So where you can create the shifts. So for example, by default, you'll be having a general shift. Just I'll be editing this. When you have only a single shift, I can call it as a general shift. So okay, by default, this application will have a general shift, and in the shift itself, we have a two kind of shifts. One is a regular shift, and another one is a flexible shift. Regular shift means we are going to specify a particular begin timing and end timing over here. Say for example, my shift starts from 9:30 and ends at 6:30. So 6:30 means I'm going to give in a timing in a 24-hour format, that is 18:30. So when you have a regular shift timing, then you can mention a begin timing and end timing over here. So we do have a flexible shift also. In flexible shift, you'll not be allowed to specify the begin timing and end timing. You need to mention the shift duration, say for example, 8 hours. Okay, so 8 hours and minimum break duration, I'm going to give it as 60 minutes, and I'm going to check mark on end by, and let me say it as a 6 o'clock. So what do you mean by flexible shift? So flexible shift means anybody can come at any timing. Okay, so they can come at any timing, but the thing is they need to follow a shift duration. Okay, so there will be no begin timing and there will not be any end timing. Anybody can come at any timing and they can go at any time, but make sure that they are completing the shift duration of 8 hours, whatever the duration you are mentioning, and it should be end by whatever the time I'm specifying here, 6 o'clock. That means the shift will start from 6 o'clock morning and ends within next day 6 o'clock. Within next day 6 o'clock. Suppose if you in a company you don't have a regular shifts. Okay, then at that time, at that cases, you can give up this flexible shift, but there should be an end by. Suppose I'm given a 6 o'clock means the shifts will start at 6 o'clock and ends next day within 6 o'clock. Okay, so in between this 24 hours, you can have any timing punches, but make sure that your in punch should be after 6 o'clock and out punch should be within next day 6 o'clock. Okay, if you fail to do, suppose if I'm in a night shift or I'm doing a night work, so I say for example I'll be coming at 8 o'clock and I'm going next day morning 6:30. So, but here I have mentioned it as a 6 o'clock. But make sure whatever the end by I'm giving here, right? That should be my end by and the out punch should be within that timing. If you punch next day or after the 6 o'clock, then it will be considered as an in punch for next day. Okay, so this is the end by. So you can follow the flexible shift where you don't have a specific shift timings, but make sure that you're going to give a end by. And also if you have flexible shift, you need to make settings in the category. So if you have a flexible shift, so say for example, I'm going to save it. If you have flexible shift, then no need to worry about the late by, or no need to worry about the shift timings, or no need to worry about the punch begin before and punch end after. Only the thing is you have to mention the shift duration and you need to mention the end by when it is the shift is going to end. I'm just saving this flexible shift and I'm going to category. So if you have flexible shift, after setting the shift there, now you have to come to category and you have to select the category flexible shift for that particular category. Here, flexible shift. Just select the flexible, whatever the flexible shifts you have prepared, right? That will be listed in the drop down list to select. So the thing is you have to select the general shift here. And if you have a OT for this flexible shift, then you need to select the OT formula for flexible shift only. If you have OT applicable for the flexible shift, or else if OT is not applicable, then just keep it as a OT not applicable. So this is how you need to select the flexible shift. Suppose in some companies, for what happens, some will come for the flexible and some will come for the regular timing. At the time, you can create another category and define that category as a flexible and select the flexible shift here. And the thing is, you need to assign that to your employees. Here, come to employees and select the employee, edit over here, or just right click and click on update category and just select that category. If you have prepared another category, means I haven't done it. If you have done it, means it will be shown in a drop down list. Just select that category and update that category to particular employees, specified employees who are falling under a flexible shift. Those who have a means we can maintain both regular and a flexible shift by categorizing them. Okay, so this is how you can maintain a flexible shift. So I repeat, flexible shift will not be having any late by. Only the thing is it will have an early by. Suppose if you have failed to complete the duration, mentioned duration, because I'll be mentioning as a 480 minutes. That means 8 hours he has to complete his duration. That's a shift duration. If we fail to do the end with his duration, then it will show early by, but it won't show any late by because there will not be any specified begin timing and end timing. Okay, next moving to the shift settings only. So I've explained you the flexible shift. Now just moving to the regular shift, because there are so many settings over here to explain in the regular shift. So as I said, regular shift, you'll be having a particular begin timing and end timing, say 9:30 to 6:30, that is 18:30. And there will not be any end by because it is a regular shift. You'll be having a break timings. So here you can give a 2 breaks over here. So say for example, I'm giving a tea break of morning tea break. Say this is 11 or 50 minutes. So what is the punch begin before and punch end after? So punch begin before and punch end after for this break timings. Say for example, if any of the employees goes early than the allotted timing. So in order to that, the punch has to be accepted in the software. So that is why we will be giving a begin before and end before and minimum duration, say for example, and also break to duration. So that is a break to duration. I'll be mentioning a lunch break, that is 1:32, that is 13:32 2:30, that is 14:30. If I have a 1 hour of break duration for the lunch, then I need to mention that over here. So here you can mention a total duration. Okay. So here you can mention a total duration of your shift, of your break timings. Okay. So max you can give 2 breaks here. So if you want to deduct the break hours in the work duration, then you have that setting in the category. So say for example, I'm just open the category in my next tab. So here you have a deduct break hours from the work duration option you have. So you need to check mark this option in order to deduct the break hours, whatever you have mentioned in the shifts over here. So this whatever the shift breaks timings you have mentioned here, it will be deducted from the total work duration. Okay. So and then going to other details, you have a punch begin before and punch end after. Why this punch begin before and punch end after is given? Say I'll be mentioning around 120 and 120 for punch begin before and punch end after. So why I'm giving the setting is, say that I have my begin timing and end timing at 9:30 to 6:30. There might be a chances of that some employees may come early, that is uh, within 8 o'clock if they have any work, or if they are doing voting. So there might be a chances of employees coming early than the shift begin timing, and also there might be a chances if they are doing the OT or if they have some work, they will be going late than the shift end timing. Suppose they may go at night 8 o'clock or 7:30. So anyhow, the biometric machine will accept your punches whenever you do it, because we are not going to limit anything in the biometric machine. So whatever the limitations we are maintaining here is in the software. So you will get a raw data and we are defining the rules for that raw data. So begin timing and end timing, here I'm mentioning 9:30 to 6:30. Even you will punch after the shift timings. In order to show that punch in the reports, you need to give here the particular begin before and end after. So by default, you can just mention a 60 minutes also. So suppose if your employees are doing a more time, extra time OT, say for example, then it might last for 4 hours or 5 hours. So in that cases, accordingly, you need to increase this punch end after. Say for example, I've increased it to 240 because they may stay for 4 hours, or if it is more than 4 hours, then accordingly you can just mention it like this. So this is the punch begin before and punch end after. So in order to accept their punches in the software before the shift timing and after the shift end timing. So and we do have a partial day settings also. Partial day in the sense, suppose if you have in your company, as a schools will have a Saturday as a half day, right? So even though it is a half day, they will be considering it as a full day only. So same way, if you have a half day in your company or in your organization, then just you can select the half day, partial day, on which day you're going to give. And if it is alternative Saturday and then Sunday, you can just mention select the alternatives. And if you have a two partial day, then just select the two partial day and the begin timing and end timing, say 9:30 to 2:30. This is my partial day. Suppose since here you are mentioning a less timing, so the software should not consider it as a half day. So it should consider it as a single one paid day. So that is why we are going to define this partial day here. So if you have any partial day, then you can set over here. So and then you have a mark half day when report to office after. Say my shift timing is at 9:30. If any of the employees reporting to office after 10:30, I need to mark them as a half day. So if you want to make that setting, then you have this option. And also we have same setting for early buy. Means my shift end timing is at 6:30. Suppose any of one of them have leaving the office early than 5:30, I can mark them as a half day. And same way for 3/4. Okay. And then you have a session 1 end by and session 2 grace timing. That means suppose whenever you are applying a half day leave, okay, so whenever you are applying a half day leave, you need to partition the first session and the second session. In that cases, you need to mention when the first session is going to end and when it is going to start. So in that cases, in 9:30 and 6:30, I'm going to mention 14:30 as your shift end by. Okay, and grace timing for this second session. For if you have any of them employees are coming in a second session, for them it is a going to give for them I'm going to give them mention the grace timing. And here also you have a one grace timing. This grace timing is for a main shift timing, that is 9:30 to 6:30. I can mention it as a 15 minutes. So 15 minutes means they can come up to 9:45. Okay, they can come up to 9:45. If they come after 9:45 or after 9:45, then it will be marked as a late. Okay, so later if you have any deductions for less work duration or continuous early by, that we can set it over here for full day, for partial day, so that we can set it in the category setting. So this is how the basic shift settings can be done. So you have a grace timing here also. So you can mention the grace timing, and whether you want to mark them late or you don't want to mark them late, that everything settings you can do it in the category. Okay. So this is how I have created a single shift, that is general shift. Suppose if you have a multiple shifts, that I have a morning shift and I have a night shift. In that cases, what happens? So if you have a particular end by, okay, then you can go for a giving a flexible shift. If you don't have a particular end by, in that cases, please do create the shifts according to your shift timing. Say for example, I have a morning shift, but make sure that your shifts timings will not be clashing. So morning shift, regular. So regular, say for example, it starts from 6 o'clock and ends at 14:30, that is 2:30. So you can mention the break timings accordingly. And by default, I'll be giving a 16 minutes and 16 minutes for punch and after. Suppose if any of the employees are doing overtime for the morning shift, in that cases, you should also increase this punch and after. So this happens in a hospitals or in the factories, I repeat. Okay, so most of you get the issues in the shifts when you have a hospitals or when you have a factory where where many of the employees are continuing with the shifts, or they will be doing OT. In that cases, punch and after should be increased according to your OT timings for the morning shift. Say I have done it, and this all settings, if you require, then you can do it. And I'm going to mention a grace timing, say 15 minutes. So I have created a shift of morning. Okay, so then I'll be creating another shift, say for example evening shift. Evening shift. So this will start at 4 o'clock, say 16, and ends at 22. 22. So by default, I'm going to give 60 minutes. Okay. And grace timing. If you want to give, or else you can just ignore it. Okay. So this is how I created a general shift, morning shift, evening shift, and also I'll be creating a, so I'm explaining you how you can create a multiple shifts and how you can have a night shift also. So here I'm creating a night shift also. Night shift. So NS shift code regular. So this will be start at 28 o'clock, and then next day morning 8 o'clock. Punch begin before and punch end after. Say 60 minutes. So make sure whatever the timing you are mentioning, it should be in a 24-hour format only. So already I have created a shifts like morning, evening or afternoon, general shift and night shift. So I have so many like this is a 4 shifts I've created. In some of the companies, what they will do, they will create a n number of shifts, more than 10, more than 12. Okay, so they are going to, what they are going to make is for every employees they are going to create a shifts. So that is also a not good thing. So better if you have a similar shift begin timings and end timings, try to adjust with the whatever the shifts you have created over here. So I have created this kind of shift. So in some cases, what happens? Suppose if you have missed the in punch or if you have missed the out punches. So in that cases, what happens? There might be a chances of taking a another shift, or if you have a marginal shift difference. Marginal shift difference in the sense, say for example, my morning shift starts at 6 o'clock to 2:30. Okay, and general shift timing is at 9:30 to 6:30. Okay, and I have afternoon shift at 2:30 to 8:30 or 9:30. Okay, and have a night shift from starting from 9:30 to morning 8:30. So this shifts, if we have created these kind of shifts, okay. So if we have created these kind of shifts, then I can call it as a shifts with the marginal difference or no marginal difference. Okay, because here you have a morning shift from 6 o'clock to 2:30, and you have a general shift, and if you have an afternoon shift, that is 2:30 to 9:30. So in this case, just ignore this one. So in this case, then in this cases, so what happen if suppose I have come at a morning shift only, but I forgot to miss my in punch. I forgot my in punch. Okay, that I have not done my in punch. Automatically, software what it will consider? It will consider a alternative in out. First punch will be considered as a in punch, and the second punch will be considered as a out punch. So in that cases, what happen if I missed my in punch and directly I'm going to punch at 2:30 and I'll be logging out. So whether the software should consider that punch in a morning shift or it should consider it in an afternoon shift. Definitely it will be going to consider it in the afternoon shift only. But the software doesn't know that you have missed the punch because you don't have the first punch. Okay. So in that cases, okay, in this marginal, not in, if you have a like the shift timings, okay, some will be creating the shifts like 1 hour gap. So in that cases, better is you can assign a employee shift. Okay, usually software will be considering the auto shift only. You have the auto shift policy only. So in some cases, if the software doesn't see, it's auto shift only. Okay, So in that cases, better you can go for a assigning of your employee shift. So that is there in the master and employee shift. So you can assign the shift to your employees here. Okay, and I'll explain the scenario for this assigning of why we should assign the employee. That is what, when you have a marginal difference, okay, at the time you are not means the software will not consider the auto shift due to their mispunches or due to gap between the punches or the gap between the shifts. In that cases, the software will fail to means understand what shift they are coming. In that cases, master employee shift and assign employee shift. So this shift and assigning of the employee shift has to be done when you are aware of that what which employees are coming under which shift. Okay, please make sure that your employees are coming in that shift only. So I'll be selecting my from date and to date. Okay, so for this employee, I'm going to assign a morning shift. So that means this employee is coming in the morning shift only. So when you are sure about the employee shift, then you can go for assigning of the employee shift when you are damn sure about that. Because in some companies or in some hospitals, what happened, there might be a changes. So this employee, if this employee is absent, then there will be a shifting of that employee from defined shift to other shift. In that cases also, that scenario will also I will explain you. But make sure that if you are assigning the employee shift, make sure that the employee has to come in that shift only. Just specify the timing, that is from date and to date, and select the shift. And if it is a week off, then just select the WO means week off. So just select the employee, just assign the shift. So this is how you can assign the shift. And if you have a department wise shifts, so it's better if you are categorizing the shift to your employees department wise, say for technical people, non-technical people, teaching staff or non-teaching staff, okay, or nurse staff, doctor staff. So in that time you can just create the departments. Okay, just create the departments in the departments and assign that departments to your employees. Okay, so I'll be creating one of the departments, say for example, technical department or technical team. Okay, I'm just saving it over here. And I'll be going to employees and I'm assigning a department to that particular employee. Just select the department. So say for example, you have a management, or if you have want to create a accounts department, training department, that time you can just select it. So if you want to allot the shifts according to department, then you can go for the department shifts here. So it will be easy, like you can bifurcate your employees department wise. Then you can just select then you can just go for assigning a department shift, select the particular department and select which shift they has to. Because say for example, when you have a accounts team, there will be a general shift for them. So in that cases, it's better key you can assign the particular shift to the department. Say for example, general shift from date and to date. You need to mention the from date and to date. So in which period the shift has to be taken for that particular employees. So this is the department shift. Then you have a shift group. Okay. So shift group means why the shift group and how you can allot the shift group. Say for example, you have a teams and you have a more than a number of shifts. You have a morning shift, you have an afternoon shift, and you have a night shift, and also in between you may have a evening shift. Okay, in between you may have a evening shift, say from 4:30 to 23, that is 11:30. So in that cases, I'm going to create a group. of employees, and I'm going to make bifurcate the employees. Say for example, team A, they will be this particular team or this particular group of employees. It will be doing only morning shift, will be doing only night shift. Okay. Say for example, I have a team B. Team B. This people will be doing only afternoon shift and they will be doing the evening shift. So I'm just creating the teams over here. I hope you are able to see the screen and my fonts, which I'm explaining you in the notepad. Okay, I hope now you will be able to see. Okay, I'm explaining why you are going to give this shift group. Okay, see, I have created, I have just listed out here only a 4 shifts. There might be a chances you may have a more number of shifts. Okay, in that cases, I'm just categorizing some of the employees, or I'm just categorizing a teams, or I'm just creating a groups. Okay, so for team A, they will be fall under only a morning shift and night shift, and team B, they'll be falling under only a afternoon shift and evening shift. In that cases, I need to create a particular shift group. Say for example, A, and short name is also A. So I'll be just selecting that particular shift only, morning shift and evening shift. So I'll be just accessing for them this shifts only and then save it. Okay. So once you save, that particular shift group will be created here. Okay. So the shift group, once it is created, you can just select that particular employee and assign it to that particular employee. See, I have created a shift group. Say for example, A, and this is also one where you can give it to your team or your employees. So where you can just update a shift group to your employees, that is shift group, update shift groups. So just select the shift group and update. That means the employee has to come in this shifts only, that is either morning shift or evening shift, whatever the shifts group they have allotted for. Okay, so this is the how shift group works, and you have a shift roster also. So shift roster you can go for when you have a rotational shifts or when you have a rotational week offs. Okay, because see, what we are doing is in the category we are just mentioning the category, we are mentioning the week of 1 or week of 2 or only 1 week off. So suppose when you have a rotational week offs for your employees, so at that times what you can do is you can just create a shift roster for them. So I'm just creating the shift roster over here. Say for example, a Sunday week off. Okay, so sorry, this is begin day. For 1 month, there will be a Sunday week off for some of the employees. I'm just selecting a month over here. So what I will do, I'll just click on weekly and I'll send in the Sunday, I'll be selecting a week off. Okay, so I'll just save it. So I'm going to save it. I'm going to come to employees. In this employee list, these 2 employees will fall under a Sunday week off. So what I'll do, I'll just select the shift roster, update shift roster, and select that particular shift roster, and I'm going to save it for that particular employees. Not only week off, I'm telling you, even if you want to create a shift roster, say for example, in some companies or in some organization, what happens, I'm just defining it as a ABC, this rotation name as, and I'm just mentioning a 1 month of time period. So what happens? One day alternative shift I can call it as. This day general shift, next day night shift. General shift, night shift. This shift cycle is going to repeat. So at that time I'll just select a 2 days general shift, 2 days night shift or morning shift. Ends. And 2 days week off. And then general shift. So this is how this whatever the weekly cycle or weekly shifts have defined it, it's going to repeat for a whole month, whatever the begin timing and end timing mentioned here. This is how weekly roster you can create. Or else if you want to create a monthly shift roster, then you can just go for it. Just select the shift, week off, evening shift, or general, or like this you can create. Either you can mention a week of year, or you can select the week of year, or you have a recursive shift here. So recursive shift in the sense, is it a monthly interval? Just select a monthly interval. And shift interval, if it is a monthly, just select monthly. If it is a interval type, you have to mention the days here. Okay, so I'll just say monthly interval. So I'll just ignore this. Okay, so I'll be creating a shift. Okay, so here I'm say, for example, I'm just creating some of the shifts here. So for 1 month, okay, recursive means for 1 month shift 1, and for another month NS1, for another month shift this shift, or for example for 10 days. Okay, for 10 days it is going to take general shift. For another 10 days it is going to night shift. For another 10 days it is going to evening shift. Like this, the shifts keep on rotating for this particular interval of time, or else for a 1 month. So whatever the shifts I am creating over here, it will be recursive for the days you have mentioned, or for a month you have mentioned. If it is a monthly, just select monthly. If it is a days, you can just select the interval of that days. Okay, for this 10 days, first 10 days general shift, second next 10 days will be night shift, next 10 days will be a evening shift, and next 10 day will be a night shift. This keep on rotating. Okay, so this is how the recursive. So this is the shift roster. When you want to give a rotational week off, or when you want to give a rotational shifts, then you can go for a shift roster. So now, so you got to know the shift, department shift, employee shift, shift group, shift roster. Then you have a multi-shift concept. So why this multi-shift concept? Multi-shift concept for those who are doing a two shifts in a, or more than one shift in a single day. Suppose, as I said, it might be this multi-shift. I would say that most preferably be for factories or for hospitals. Okay, so you have a multi-shift here. So again, multi-shift, you need to create a particular shifts, or you can import the shifts also. Say for example, I'm going to create a shifts over here. Say for example, morning shift MS, and shift timing is from 6 o'clock to 14, that is 2 o'clock. Begin before, begin and end after are same, like shift setting, whatever I'm giving. 10 minutes. I'm going to save this. This is morning shift, and I'm going to create a general shift. Shift timing mention. 9:32. Punch begin before. By default, I'm going to give 16 minutes. Before and end after. So this shift, multi-shift, you can go for when the employee stays for second shift also, or when an employee does two shifts in a single day. So I have created a multiple shifts here, and I'll be creating a night shift also, that is NS2. NS2 for evening 8 o'clock, that is 20 to morning 8 o'clock. Punch begin before and punch and after are mandatory. So I have created this multi shifts when your employees are performing more than one shift in a single day. Okay, say for example, in hospitals, I'll just give an example. Suppose if one of the staff comes in the morning shift, due to another employee has not come, that has to be completed afternoon shift by another employee, so she is asked to stay for another next shift also, that is from 6 o'clock to 2 o'clock she will be doing one shift, and she used to continue it for the afternoon shifts also. That means she is performing a dual shift or two shift in a single day. Or else same way, if any of the employees are coming in morning shift, or they have asked to come in the second shift also, that is night shift. So in that cases, for this multiple shifts, you need to have a minimum 4 punches in a single day. That means you have to punch at begin timing of first shift and end timing of the second shift, and then you have to punch for the begin timing of another shift and end timing of the another shift. That means you have to do up 4 punches in a single day. That is a mandatory. And if you are into a multiple shift, just go to employees. So edit the employee and select the shift type here. Shift type multiple shift in a single day. Okay. See, and we don't prefer a multiple shift to payroll clients. I repeat, we don't prefer a multiple shift for the payroll client. It is not feasible for them. So if they are going for normal attendance, then you can prefer for multiple shifts in a day. So I need to mention a multiple shift in a day for one of the employee. I'm just going to select that particular employee. So make sure if you're doing multiple shift, minimum you have to have a 4 shifts in a day. Okay, so by minimum you have to have a 4 shifts in a day. And see, since I don't have attendance logs, if you want to put a manual entry, then you can go for device management, device logs, and assign the manual entry for your employees. Okay, so just assign a manual entry. Just select the employee. So I'll be like, say for example, this employee will come in the morning shift 6:10 in, 2:25 she will be out. Okay, and again for the same date she's doing for another shift also, that is 2:23. Again she will be doing in punch, means she's continuing with afternoon shift also, and she will be logging out at 22:30. That is, she's ending her second shift. So what I had a minimum 4 punches for one of the employee who is assigned with a multiple shift, and I've assigned a manual entry. Okay, so I have assigned a manual entry for that particular employee. So here I have assigned with the manual punches. So I have minimum 4 punches. So when you have assigned a multi-shift for an exam for an employee, you are not allowed to report the generate from this report section. Okay, you have a separate option for a multiple shifts here, reports option. So I'll be generating the reports for that particular employee. If you generate the multiple shift assigned employee reports there, it will throw an error message say that employee doesn't exist. So if you have assigned with the multiple shift, better you can go to, you have to generate the report from the this multiple shift reports only. Master multiple shifts. Okay, I'm just generating the report for May. For So that is only one employee code I have assigned with a multiple shift, and recalculate. So recalculate and generate the report. So allow the pop-up. So even for multiple shifts also, you can just assign a shift group and allot the shift. So same way, if you want to create a group for them, then you can just go for assigning and creating a shift group for the multiple shift people also. Like this, just create a group. For example, this two is a one shift group, and you're going to create that shift group and assign that shift group to your employees. So here the report is generated for 25th date. So maximum you can give these many shifts in a single day. Okay. So morning shift, general shift. Okay. This is how you need to give the shifts to your employees for multi shifts. And also if you have multi shift, you can assign that multi shift to employees and department shift for multi shift also. So this is how you can go for the multi shifts for your employees. So then coming to, as I said, I told you to sign the employee shift. Suppose in some cases what happens, you say it is not predefined the shifts for my employees. Okay, so I would ask you to go for creating a employee shift sheet. So you will get a sheet. So you will get a import employee shift or employee week of roster every month. Say for example June month, you'll get a file format for June month. So this I would prefer if you are not sure about your employee shifts. So at that time, at the initial of the month or at the end of the month, anyhow, end of the month you'll be going to know, and end of the month you're going to process the payroll for them. So end of the month or initial level of the month. Initial level, if you are damn sure that employee shifts are doing that, you know your employee shifts. So month wise, importing of the employee shift month wise. So here there is a month wise sheet. For every month you'll get this sheet. So employee code 101, employee name. Okay. So location, if you are given location, you can give it. Then see for example, morning shift, general shift, week off, So again, evening shift, morning shift, week off, WO. So this is how you need to mention a shift code for a whole month. So I repeat, whenever you are not sure about your employee shift, better you can do this at the end of the month also. At the end of the month also, you can prepare the shift, sheet, and you can just go to software, and I have already file format with me, and I need to save it, and I keep the file open, and I'm going to select the file path where it is there. It will be in the downloads, or you can keep it on desktop also. So I'm just going to import that, import employee shift, and I just select the open it, and I'm just going to import it for a month of June, or whatever the month you select. Accordingly you will get a file format, because each each month the dates will get different. So this is how you need to import your employee shift when you are aware, or when you are not aware that who is doing which shift. So this is one of the best option when you have a more number of shifts, and when you are just you are not able to catch the auto shift at that time. Better you can go for importing the shift of your employees through this monthly sheet. Okay. So this is how you can follow the shift management of your employees. So you have an employee shift, you have a shift roster, you have a department shift, and you have a shift group. You have a multiple shift, where if your employees are performing multiple shifts in a single day. Okay. And or else you can go for assigning the shifts of your employees through the sheet, either at the initial level of the month or end of the month when you are ready to process the payroll. So just import the sheet, and you can go for the attendance. So this is how you can import. And if you want to assign the manual entries also, you can go for assigning the manual entries from here, and assign the manual entries. And if you want to import the manual entries also, you have the import or export sheet for the manual entry. Say for example, in timing and out timing. So import employee manual entry sheet also you have, when if you want to import the manual entries or assign manual entries to your employees. So just I will show you the file format. So this is a manual entry sheet. Means instead of assigning a manual entry in bulk, if you want to import this manual entry, say for example, employee code 101, log date is for today, and log time, say 9:30 is in punch, direction is in, remark, I'll just leave it blank. And again for same employee 101, for the same date, she will be doing out punch at 18:30. So please mention the timings according to the format, that is 9:30:00. So our date format will be like YY dash MM dash DD, and time format will be, for importing of the sheet, time format will be hh.mm.ss. So in bulk, if you want to change the shift, the format means just select the row, and just select the format cells, and you can make the changes, custom the things. You can just change the things according to this. Is the by default date and time format for the when you are importing the sheet. So this is how you can import the manual entries, and this is how you can import the shift timings of your employees. So this is all about the shifts. This shifts will be remain same in desktop, web, as well as in the cloud application also. So this is same for all the applications. So if you have any doubts or if you have any concerns about the shift, please ping in the chat box so that in live we can try to solve your queries. So if you have any doubts, just please raise your query. So in cloud application also the shifts is remain same. You have in the attendance classified master where you can create a shifts, as I said, and also you will in cloud also you will get a sheets import or export, import employee shift. In this shift you can just select the date, month, and get the file format same way. So please ask the questions if you have any doubts regarding the shift issues. Please ask me the doubt. I have one customer, so one of have raised the query. We have three shift. His begin time is same, but end timing is different. So that is why what that telling is they have a same begin timing and they have a different end timing. So in that cases, as I told, better you can go for a assigning of the shift. So not able to see the screen. So please show the Excel sheet once again. Uh, yes, I'm going to share. I'm going to show you the sheet once again. So just see the sheet. So this is how you can import the employee shift month wise. Okay. So employee code, employee name, location, what is the location you have assigned to your employees, and the shift code. I'm giving a shift code, general shift, that is GS, whatever the code. WO means week off. Okay, WO is a week off for whole month. Okay, for whole month you'll get a sheet. So this is how you get the sheet for whole month. You can assign the shift and you can import at the initial of the month or at the end of the month. See, some of you ask about the parallel database export and all these things. Already, this videos are going to publish in this YouTube channel also. So if you have any concern about the parallel database export and all these things, you can reach out individually. So how to assign a 12-hour shift? That is what I've explained you in the creating of the night shift, creating of the night shift over here, that is in the shifts, creating of the night shift, or if you're damn sure that it is going to all the all the shifts are going to end in a single shift timing, then you can go for going for the flexible shift. Because in flexible shift what happens, you're going to specify a particular end by, say for example 6 o'clock. So that means whatever the shifts it's going on, that has to be ended within a 6 o'clock. But there might be a chances who are people doing in a night shift, they may go at 8:30, some will go at 7:30. In that cases, it's you need to create a n number of flexible shifts. So in that cases, better you can go for a night shift where you can mention a begin timing and end timing, and you can give a flexibility of punch begin before and punch end after, and better you can assign that shift to your employees. So this is how you can create the night shift, or you can say after 12 shift. So I'm repeating, if you have any queries or concerns, just please raise. Okay. You're telling that in a customer place only you have a 2 shifts. It's fine if they're punching every 1 hour means that is fine. In that cases, what you have to do is you need to go to category if you want to just show the only first punch and last punch. Just go for consider only first and last punch in attendance calculation. You can do the setting in the category. Okay, you can do the setting in the category to consider the first and the last punch. Okay, you are just checking whether they're sleeping or not. That's fine. See, if you have, if they're doing a more number of shifts, that is also not an issue. Okay, then you can just the every punches, if you want to display means, then you can go for a daily attendance report, daily detail attendance report, where it will show your all punch records in a report itself. Fine, they're doing for the 12-hour shift. Okay, you can just, if you want to see your uh, every punches of your employees, you can go for a daily detail attendance report, because in monthly attendance report only the first punch and the last punch will be taken into consideration. Okay, so at that time go for daily attendance report, where you can note where you can have all punch records of your employees, so you can track your employees whether they are sleeping or they are not sleeping. Okay, this query was raised by Senthil, Mr. Senthil. So any other questions? So any other question, or if you want me to repeat any of the topics, just let me know. Or if you have any separate questions where if you want to reach out individually, I hope you have our support team number region wise, or else you can just drop a mail to sales@smartofficepayroll.com, or our mail ID, support team mail ID, support@smartoffice365.in. So fine. I hope we can end this session, and I'm thankful for sparing your precious time with us. So if you have any further questions, just reach out. Okay. Thank you all.